Welcome to X3, One Topic, Three Pundits. I'm your host, John C. Dvorak. I'm here with Andrew Eisner and Joe Engo. And the big news of recently, I think this will be the big news for Microsoft all year, which is the fact that they're purchasing, of all things, Skype for $8.5 billion. I wrote a column, PCMag.com. Go check it out. I thought the idea was, I thought this was a bad idea personally, but I can see where Microsoft may be thinking of doing it as some sort of defensive play, so nobody else takes this money-losing operation. Microsoft, heaven forbid that Microsoft should actually make money, or see somebody else go down the tubes owning this money. So this is like owning a yacht.
They just have too much money. They need to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And spending $8
How
billion
about giving
$8.5
billion to the shareholders as a dividend?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it is a questionable acquisition in my mind, and particularly because the company doesn't make a lot of money.
It makes no money. It's a negative cash flow operation.
And it has been for most of its, all of its
There's
existence.
no evidence that it could ever make money.
Yeah, that's right. And the big fear from everybody is that, you know, all of a sudden, gee, it doesn't work so well on Mac computers, or gee, funny things. You know, they forgot to upgrade it for Android, but it works fine on Windows 7. You know.
Well, there's that possibility.
Yeah. So Ballmer's out reassuring everybody that, you know, they're not going to touch it and everything's going to be cool. But you know who should have acquired them is Cisco. Cisco was a obvious partner for them.
Cisco doesn't get a lot of things, it seems, nowadays. You know, they have this new teleconferencing system.
Yeah, there you go. So
which Skype could benefit from owning. Skype, but this system is extremely convoluted. It requires everybody to own the same hardware. It's got a lot
exactly, and that's why Cisco would not buy it, because they can't sell hardware from it.
Yeah,
I mean, they could.
But it runs
Cisco
on their
is
networking hardware.
Cisco is a hardware company.
And actually, I think I was talking to a friend at Cisco and said they at a recent event or something, they polled all their CTOs, and there was a huge number, like 70% said they're all going video conferencing. So this is a big initiative in the enterprise and corporate America. And who knows, maybe that's what Microsoft saw in that too.
I hate to break it to you, but Microsoft Live.com, which used to be MSN Messenger, they keep changing the name of it, which doesn't help.
Oh yeah, isn't that annoying? Yeah.
But it's live.com, messenger.live.com, has all these features. They have, besides Hotmail, they have video conferencing.
That's
you can do video on these things.
They're buying a customer base. If they already have all these features, then what are they buying?
170 million
they're buying
customers,
170 million customers. That's all they're buying.
Yeah, and I would say 160 million of them are already Windows users, so they're not buying any customers. This is like, you know, we have the same mailing list, and I buy your mailing list, which has all the same names I've got. Yeah. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's questionable.
Questionable. Stupid is what I would say, but that's okay. Maybe they'll come up. The other thing that here's what bothers me the most, and I wrote this up. Microsoft buys a lot of things, and then they either let them languish, or they lose interest, or they shut them down. I mean, I think there's a possibility that some bean counter can come and say, this is terrible. Yeah. This is just costing us nothing but it's $100 million a year down the drains.
That's right.
Shutter it.
Yeah, Zune.
I think it would take 2 or 3 years before they shut it down, but I think they could conceivably shut it down, which would bring nothing but bad publicity. I mean, I think this is asking for bad publicity.
Oh, totally. I wonder how long it is until the board just says, you know what, we're tired of Ballmer, he's got to go. Well, I'm hoping that this is maybe the straw that breaks the camel's back.
I like Steve, and I think that I honestly believe that if somebody else was the CEO of Microsoft, it would be worse.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because I don't think this is kind of a company that anybody off the street can run. And I don't know, but again, Ballmer is...
Even though they make a lot of money, and the analysts just today were saying they recommend buying Microsoft stock. They think it's undervalued.
It goes down all the time. The stock is it's been...
Well, it's gone down 2%.
I wrote a column in Market Watch, another one, called Microsoft Dead Money. And
really? What's dead about it?
In other words, if you own the stock, you don't make anything.
It just sits there. I know.
Just sits there. It's just you might as well throw your money under the mattress.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we remember the good old days when you bought Microsoft stock. It would double. It would split. It would double again, and before you know it, you're quite wealthy. But now you just, as you say, you just sit on it.
Dead money.
Dead money.
You've been watching X3.